Okay, I'm doing this video fresh out of the shower because I just had this thought come to my mind and I really didn't want to lose it. And I want to speak to the art of surrendering, letting go of control, surrendering, accepting and receiving sort of what's in the world around you and finding value in things that maybe you wouldn't otherwise find value in. And why this has come up is because right now I'm in a coaching group and it's such a beautiful group, and there's these challenges that we're given and these different exercises that we're given, and sometimes there's a lot of resistance around it, and there's a lot of resistance to different aspects of the process. And this is a very common theme in so many areas of life with a lot of people. There's a lot of resistance to do certain things, to try different things, to try things a different way, to open up, to just kind of like tackle your thoughts and tackle your old patterns. And especially if you're like working with somebody on this stuff too, and they give you like a particular way of doing it or trying it or challenging you on it, you can come into that space of like, well, why would I do that? Or why would I don't see the benefit. I don't see the point. I don't, it's just taking too much time. It's just whatever. So many excuses. And what I have witnessed within myself, what I've witnessed within clients I work with, what I witnessed within my peers and my colleagues and everyone that is doing this work and stepping into this work is that there is, sometimes we don't know the value of what we're doing until we've done it. Sometimes we don't see it. Sometimes we don't see exactly what we're going to receive or learn or gain from these different containers, these different situations, until we've actually just done the thing. And I really want to open your mind up to accepting like the element of surprise in whatever arena of life you're currently experiencing, working with, experiencing resistance around, being open to what you might actually receive if you just drop the expectations and drop the need for control, because it can be a really, really beautiful thing. And I've seen it so many times, and there's so much value that you can gain from just stepping outside of your comfort zone, whether it's being vulnerable or holding space for somebody in their mess, or challenging yourself to get outside of your comfort zone and doing something like very physical, that also challenges you mentally. Sorry, there's an alarm. It's so easy to want to stay in that comfort zone. It's so easy to want to stay exactly where you are because you can justify where you are. You start to justify it in your head. Well, it's not that bad. And, but then what's going to happen is you'll stay there, and further down the line, you're going to come up against the same issue, and you'll say to yourself, these are just examples, like I really wish I was more confident. I really wish that I could receive more money. I really wish that I could ask for a promotion. I really wish I was more bold. And part of getting to that place is opening yourself up to these experiences, and building the body of somebody who can operate at that level. And what we often don't see is how all of these like little minor experiences of stepping out of your comfort zone and doing something that maybe you don't see the point of doing is rewiring your nervous system and training you to be in the body of somebody who can achieve that, can do that, can say that, can accept that, can claim that, whatever it is. So I really just want to encourage in this moment to just like do a little reflecting on exactly where you're at in your world and in your life and what you're currently up against, and saying like, how am I being the block to what it is that I want to receive, and how can I get out of my own way And what's the worst that can happen, right? What's the worst that can happen by doing XYZ? And where can I see value in doing this thing, even if it sounds outrageous? And I'll give an example just for context. My coach challenged me to ask a stranger to buy me a gift that was $10 or more. And I couldn't tell them what it was about. I just had to go up and I had to ask somebody if they would buy me something that was $10 or more. And it could be very specific, it could be very general. It's, you know, most of us in our group, we ask for something specific, but like how much resistance came up around that exercise. There was a lot. I've realized like I'm really good at receiving. I'm not so good at asking. And that exercise definitely challenged me, but it allowed me to see a different way of receiving abundance in this world, also a different way of giving, right? How many people love giving and say it's like to your partner, you love to give to your partner, and your partner kind of turns it down all the time, doesn't let you actually give, right? How does that feel? Like it actually feels really good when you give. There's a reason why people volunteer and give their time and their service. It feels good. And so yeah, it just really opened up my mind in so many different ways, and helped me reach this like new level of like energy and consciousness and confidence in myself, which is really cool. Coming back to getting off tangent, coming back, yeah, sit with where you have resistance right now and what do you desire, and can you see a link between the two, right? And what's on the other side of that resistance. Okay, I'm done. Deep breaths, deep breaths. Wherever you're at in this world right now, you're doing an amazing job. And if it's a tough time for you right now, know that it's not going to be forever, and that you wouldn't be, you know, facing whatever it is unless you could really handle it. And I truly believe that you can really handle it. So I hope you have a beautiful weekend, and I will chat with you soon.